Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're talking about something that might surprise you, the link between sex and Stoicism. At first you might wonder, what does an ancient philosophy about self-control have to do with sex? But stick with me, this is actually a fascinating topic. Stoicism isn't about rejecting pleasure or living like a hermit. It's about understanding our desires, mastering self-discipline, and finding freedom in balance. So, when we say, the more you don't have sex, the less in Stoicism, what does that really mean? Is it about avoiding sex? Or is it about something deeper, like how we manage our desires and emotions? In this video, we'll explore how Stoicism views desire, why self-control matters, and how moderation, whether in sex or anything else, can lead to clarity, purpose, and peace. By the end, you'll see this isn't just about sex. It's about how we handle our desires and what that says about who we are. 1. What is Stoicism, and why does desire matter? First, let's talk about what Stoicism is. It's an ancient philosophy that started in Greece around 300 BCE and was later embraced by Roman thinkers like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius. At its heart, Stoicism is about living a good life by focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we can't. One of the big ideas in Stoicism is desire. We all have desires, whether it's for food, comfort, connection, or sex. But the Stoics believed that desire can either help us grow or cause us pain, depending on how we handle it. If we let our desires run wild, we become attached to things outside our control. And that attachment can lead to suffering. For example, if you're always chasing pleasure, whether it's sex, money, or fame, you'll never feel satisfied. You'll always want more, and that endless chase can leave you feeling empty. But if you learn to manage your desires, you gain freedom. You're no longer ruled by your impulses. Instead, you're in charge of your actions and emotions. This is where the idea of the more you don't have sex, the less in Stoicism comes in. It's not about avoiding sex. It's about understanding why you want it and how it fits into your life. 2. The role of self-control in Stoicism. Now, let's talk about self-control. In Stoicism, self-control isn't about saying no to everything you enjoy. It's about mastering your impulses so they don't control you. Think of it this way. If you're always giving in to every desire, you're letting your emotions call the shots. But if you practice self-control, you're taking the wheel. This is especially true when it comes to sex. Sex is a powerful desire. It's natural, it's human, and it's something most of us experience. But the Stoics would say that if you're always chasing sexual gratification, you're letting that desire control you. On the flip side, if you practice moderation, if you don't let sex take over your life, you're exercising self-control. And that self-control is a big part of Stoicism. It's about finding balance, not extremes. But here's the key. Self-control isn't about repression. It's about understanding. It's about asking yourself, why do I want this? Is this desire helping me, or is it holding me back? When you can answer those questions honestly, you're living like a Stoic. 3. The paradox of abstinence and freedom. Here's something interesting. The Stoics believed that by not indulging in certain desires, like sex, you actually gain more freedom. At first, that might sound backwards. Isn't freedom about doing what you want? Not exactly. The Stoics saw freedom differently. To them, true freedom comes from being in control of your desires, not being controlled by them. When you're always chasing pleasure, you're not free. You're a slave to your impulses. But when you practice moderation, you're in charge. Let's apply this to sex. If you're always seeking sexual gratification, you might make choices that don't align with your values. You might hurt others or even yourself. But if you practice moderation, if you don't let sex dictate your life, you're free to make decisions that reflect who you truly are. This is what the Stoics meant by freedom. It's not about avoiding pleasure, it's about not being ruled by it. 4. How to apply Stoic principles to modern life. Now that we've explored the connection between sex and Stoicism, let's talk about how you can use these ideas in your own life. Whether you're single, in a relationship, or somewhere in between, Stoicism has some great insights for managing your desires and living a more fulfilling life. Here are a few ways to put Stoicism into practice. Reflect on your desires. Take a moment to think about why you want what you want. Is it coming from a place of need, or is it just a passing urge? Set healthy boundaries. Whether it's with sex, food, or social media, create boundaries that let you enjoy life without being controlled by your desires. Focus on what you can control. You can't control everything, but you can control how you respond to your desires. Find balance. It's not about cutting out pleasure, it's about not letting it take over your life. When you apply these principles, you're not just practicing Stoicism, you're living with intention and purpose. So what does it mean to say, the more you don't have sex, the less in Stoicism? It's not about avoiding sex or any other kind of pleasure. It's about understanding your desires, practicing self-control, and finding freedom in balance. Stoicism teaches us that real happiness comes from within, not from chasing external pleasures. By mastering our desires, we gain clarity, purpose, and peace. And that's a lesson that applies to every part of life, not just sex. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, share it with someone who might need it, and subscribe for more insights on Stoicism and personal growth. Until next time, take care and stay stoic.